Richard James McDonald was born on February 16, 1909, in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. He was one of the key figures behind the creation of McDonald's, the famous fast food restaurant that has grown into one of the most recognized brands in the world today. While his name might not be as widely known as that of Ray Kroc, the man who expanded McDonald's into a global business, Richard McDonald's contributions were essential to the success of the company. Richard McDonald, along with his younger brother Maurice, often referred to as Mac, grew up in a working-class family. They both showed a strong sense of determination and business acumen from an early age. After high school, Richard worked at various jobs, including as a car mechanic, before starting his first venture. The brothers had an entrepreneurial spirit and looked for ways to make money, even before they became famous for McDonald's. In 1940, after working together in a number of small businesses, Richard and Maurice opened their first restaurant, McDonald's Barbecue, in San Bernardino, California. It was a typical drive-in restaurant for the time, with car hops delivering food to customers in their cars. It was a small operation with a large menu, offering a wide variety of food items like hot dogs, burgers, and shakes. However, despite the broad menu, the brothers noticed that the most popular items were the hamburgers, fries, and milkshakes. The McDonald brothers recognized the potential to simplify their offerings, which could make their business more efficient. In 1948, after some careful planning and observation of the restaurant industry, Richard and Maurice decided to make a major change. They closed their restaurant for 3 months and completely redesigned it. They removed the car hop service and turned their drive-in into a walk-up restaurant. Their new focus was on speed and efficiency, serving just a few high-quality items at a fast pace. They removed most of the items from the menu, choosing to focus on the hamburger, fries, milkshakes, and a few drinks. This move was revolutionary at the time, as it went against the typical idea that a restaurant needed to offer a wide range of food to satisfy customers. Richard and Maurice introduced the Speedy Service System, which was an innovation in fast food. It used assembly line principles to prepare food in a much more efficient way. This system allowed them to serve food quickly while maintaining a high level of quality. For example, instead of having waiters or car hops take orders, the brothers designed a system where customers would walk up to a counter and place their orders. The food would then be prepared quickly using a streamlined process. This system made McDonald's stand out from other restaurants, which often had slow service and complex menus. One of the key ideas behind the Speedy Service System was the use of specialized kitchen equipment that helped speed up food preparation. The brothers installed machines that allowed them to cook burgers quickly, and they used standardized processes to make sure every burger was cooked the same way. This focus on efficiency and consistency became a major part of McDonald's identity and success. The McDonald Brothers restaurant quickly became popular, attracting large numbers of customers who appreciated the fast, high-quality food at affordable prices. As the business grew, they opened a second location in 1948 in nearby Ontario, California, using the same efficient methods. The new locations were also designed to focus on fast service, and both restaurants did very well. At this point, the McDonald brothers were gaining attention from people outside the restaurant industry. One such person was Ray Kroc, a businessman who was working as a salesman for a company that sold milkshake machines. In 1954, Kroc learned that the McDonald brothers were using his machines to make milkshakes at their restaurant. Intrigued by their success, he visited the San Bernardino location and saw for himself how well the Speedy Service System worked. Kroc was immediately impressed by the efficiency of the operation and the quality of the food, and he saw great potential in the McDonald's brand. He believed that with the right strategy, McDonald's could grow into a national and even international brand. Ray Kroc approached the McDonald brothers with an offer to help expand their business by franchising it. At the time, Kroc was running a small company selling milkshake machines, but he believed he could help the brothers open new McDonald's locations across the country by finding other entrepreneurs to run the franchises. The McDonald brothers were hesitant at first, but they agreed to Kroc's proposal. In 1955, Kroc opened the first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois, and the chain began to grow quickly. Ray Kroc was a skilled businessman, and he understood how to market the McDonald's brand. He was able to convince other entrepreneurs to open McDonald's restaurants, and the brand began expanding rapidly across the United States. By the early 1960s, McDonald's had over 100 restaurants in operation. However, as the business expanded, tensions began to rise between the McDonald brothers and Ray Kroc. The McDonald brothers were still focused on maintaining the quality and efficiency of their original restaurant, while Kroc was interested in growing McDonald's into a much larger, more corporate business. Kroc believed that for McDonald's to become a national and then international brand, it needed to focus on a more standardized, large-scale operation. In 1961, after several years of disagreements, the McDonald brothers sold the rights to the McDonald's name and business to Ray Kroc for $2.7 million. Kroc took full control of the company and continued to expand McDonald's, turning it into the global brand that it is today. He later said that the brothers were not interested in the business growing as much as he was. However, Kroc's expansion would not have been possible without the innovative ideas that Richard and Maurice McDonald had put into place at the very beginning. Richard McDonald, after selling the rights to the business, lived a quieter life. He did not seek publicity and chose not to involve himself in the public image of McDonald's. Instead, he and his brother Maurice enjoyed their personal lives and continued to live in California. Richard McDonald remained somewhat in the background, while Ray Kroc became the face of the McDonald's empire. Even though Richard McDonald did not become as well known as Kroc, his contribution to the development of the fast food industry was enormous. The McDonald brothers revolutionized the way people think about fast food, focusing on speed, quality, and affordability. They showed that it was possible to run a successful restaurant with a simple menu and a focus on efficiency. Richard McDonald passed away on July 14, 1998, at the age of 89. His legacy lives on through McDonald's, which continues to serve millions of customers around the world each day. The McDonald brothers' speedy service system changed the restaurant industry and set the standard for fast food chains everywhere. Today, McDonald's is one of the most recognized and successful companies in the world, and Richard McDonald's work, along with his brother Maurice, laid the foundation for that success. McDonald's continues to be a leader in the fast food industry, known for its commitment to speed, consistency, and quality. The McDonald brothers, through their innovative thinking and dedication to their vision, revolutionized how fast food restaurants operate and created a model that is still followed today. Their story is a reminder that with hard work, creativity, and a willingness to take risks, it is possible to change the world.